Yo, yo. Please don't try to act like I'm late, because I'm not. Or maybe a little bit. But whatever you do, don't judge me. All right? Quilly, what's happening, man? Jason, what's happening, buddy? Shanna, the Ewings are in the building. Thank you so much, Shanna. I appreciate you. OG Tank, what's to it? CJ, what's cracking? Brother Tony 450. What's good? What's good? Charlie boy, what's to it, man? Notice I do not say Charlie because it sounds too proper. So I say Charlie. Kenny loves guns. What's happening, man? Shut up, Kenny loves guns. Whatever you said, shut up. Fat guy with guns, what's up? Philly Slow, what's good, my brother? Silverback, what's to it? Ramsey Chisel in the building. What's cracking lacking? Jay the Budget Gun Buyer, what's good, dog? C-Man, what it do, Snob? Everybody good? Mentos. Jada Motivator. What's a lot of Jada somethings in this month? What's happening to all you Jada? Y'all in the kidding each other? Hey, Biggs. What's good, B-More? Joseph Harris. What's happening, my partner? Road King. What up, what up, what up? Gina first. Gina, how you doing, ma'am? Too Rich. What up, what up? Slick Back, what it do? Trying to keep up. Y'all know I'm back to my hood camera. Donald. What up, Donald? What's the good word? I hope everybody good, man. We're gonna let everybody get up in here. We got another special guest this week. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do what we do. Don Cruz, what up, what up, what up? But man, I'm gonna need y'all help before I do anything. I got like a question that I need like some opinionated advice on. So I'm gonna let some more people get in, and then we're gonna talk about that. Siege, what's going on, Miss Siege? How you doing, ma'am? Hey, Siege, you see what's going on here? I think it's pretty dope. I am really trying to spotlight a lot of the ladies in the 2A space, from all over, because I feel like there's a shortage of ladies or a shortage of exposure in the space. So I hope this is good, man. So we get to learn about new influencers and new females. They're not new all the time, but sometimes they might be over on Instagram. Sometimes, they just might have a different audience, So we might not know about them. Show me what up, what up, what up. Robert, what's going on, Robert? Don't ask me why I said it like that. Daryl Mixon, what's happening, man? Coy, my boy. What's going on, Coy? We're going to get going, man. I'm going to go find the big fella in a minute, see what he up to. One thing about him, on Sundays, he always be late because he always want to stop in the kitchen right before the live start. Never understood. He have all day to go in the kitchen, but he wait. So like right when we finish start, he be like, "I'll be right, bro." And then I don't even want to talk about it. 2 Alpha Life, what up, man? What's going on with you? My boy over there, old Skinny Minnie. That's how we do it. Mr. Biggs, what's going on? It's crazy. We got Biggs, be more Biggs. Mr. Biggs, where you from, man? I like to know, just out of curiosity. Let me know that, man. If you guys don't mind, please do me the awesomest. Not sure if awesomest is a word, but just do me an awesomest favor and smash the like button for me. Okay, Siege, that's good. That's good stuff. That's real good. Oh, I know what's going on. It's irritating me that nothing's in that corner up there. It was just something I'm looking at the screen and just something didn't feel right. 2A Syndicate, what up? What up? Okay, Caroline, I see you, bro. Bullyproof, what up? McKO. What's shaking? There he is. You finally came out of there, man?
Yeah, man, you know how it is. Sunday, man, come on.
Oh, it's cool. I'm not judging you or nothing. I just, be wondering why you always wait to the last minute. I'm going to get out your business. It's your business. It's your kitchen. You're a grown man. What's going on with you, man? How your weekend, man?
So far, so good, man. Can't complain. You know, it always go too fast, but
So here's the thing, though.
What up, Robert?
I got to tell you something.
Okay.
I'm having a terrible sports weekend.
Oh, man.
Crappy. The Bears look awful.
Willie,
they look like a Pop Warner team.
Wow.
Trying to play against NFL teams. It's bad out here.
Damn.
But on the FanDuel side, all I'm going to tell you is life is good. God is good. All the time. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. That's what I'm going to tell you. Hey, shut up, Slickback. So, while I got everybody coming on the chat, man, I want to ask a couple questions though before we get popping tonight. So y'all know I've been kind of on this. I've been on a weird gun mission lately. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me where it's all coming from, but if you don't know by now, I'm having this lever action phase I'm going through. It's bad, man. Like I done just
gotta have a lever action.
Went crazy over this lever action game, right?
What up?
So my question to all my gun brothers and sisters out there, Big Zo, what's to it, man? Anybody coming in, I ain't get a chance to speak to. What's up? My bad. I'll catch you. I need y'all advice though. Yeah, opinionated advice. Which way should I go next? So I got the 44 Magnum. Ross, should I go 45-70 next, or should I go 357 38 special next? I mean, the goal is to get both of them eventually. I just want to know the move to make in the near future. What would you guys advise? Please, let's not talk about the Bears no more. I've already dissed them, and I don't want to be depressed as I try to do.
I say 357.
Big Zizzle. CJ say 357. Real deal say 357.
So they lay away and get both. I like that too.
Man, no, that's a great idea, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't made it yet, man. I can't get both, not at one time. Ramsey say 45-70. Easy. So
what you gonna shoot more? What up, OG?
I say 45-70. Okay. Same OG, what up? No, Road King, I won't. Eventually, that'll be the move too. I want 22 Magnum though, probably. Okay, So I see a lot of both 45-70, 357. So for you all that own 45-70 joints, and that I'm talking, I know some of the guys hunt, but you guys that don't hunt, what do you mainly use it for? Because I've been looking at that all-weather joint, and boy.
You see what Patrick said?
What did he say?
He says if you want a thumper, you get the 45-70. If you want to enjoy the gun, you get the 357.
Nah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with thumpity bumpity. Um, 357. Okay, Rand. See, that's a great point. 357 easy to find. 45-70. If you miss out on it, you might just not be able to just double back and get it. And he ain't lying because I see the 357 every store I go to.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't know, Ramsey J. You might have just helped me to make my decision, man. All right, let me pay some bills. So if you don't know, coming up June 21st, 22nd, 2024, a regular meetup for tickets are on sale right now as we speak. Shanna, I think, might have put the link out there already. If not, we'll get it back out there. If you guys have not gotten the chance to get your tickets yet, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody that's already bought their tickets, man. It's also a good idea because, you can get yourself in the hosting hotel the sooner that you purchase your tickets. Otherwise, you'll still be able to enjoy the event, but you just may have to be at the hotel across the street. Then it's always dope to be in the hosting hotel. Trust and believe me. This year next year, the schedule is pretty much the same. We're gonna have the women's conference, meet and greet, range day, award show, the content creators award show, regular gun tuber awards, and obviously the entertainment at the end. Whew. I'm gonna get better, y'all. I'm gonna get better.
What's up, Burner Girl? What up, TK?
Real deal. I'll get that out there in a minute. I'll get that out there. Burner Girl, what's going on? TK, what's good? So tonight we're gonna have fun again. We got another special guest. This will be the second week in a row that we bring on a young lady from the space. All right. We need to try to get her link out there. She's pretty big on Instagram as well. Dope firearm instructor. And we'll get to ask a lot of questions. I thought about doing Rachel Girl, but I thought it would be more interesting to talk about, more about what she has going on and on top of, ladies in the 2A space, shortage of, what we could do to get more ladies involved, and you know how that stuff go. Oh, dang. Stripe Bar finna have a 10 mil. You know the sad part, man, as big a Stripe Bar fan as I am, unless that brace rule get overturned, it's not going to be appealing to me. It's just not. Kenny love guns. What's happening? But I might want it. I might want it just to have it, Fam.
What's up, fam?
What's going on with Fam? I'm going to tell Fam call some of his people so he can get the brace rule overturned.
Mm-hmm. He just ain't made the call yet. That's why he making us all wait.
He know people, man. He'll make something move. That boy's the plug. Hey, man, let me ask you, though. Well, I got you on it. Now, you've been in the 2A space yourself for a minute. Now let me clear this up, because when I say 2A space, what I mean by that is when we talk about 2A, there's a group of people, a pretty large group, but fairly small on the overall scale. But there's a group of people that have this, strong belief, a group of gun enthusiasts, a group of, people that are really into the thing, almost like people that's in the bowling space or people that's in the crafting space or whatever. So when I say you've been in the 2A space for a while, that don't mean, because some people be like, I've been in the 2A space for a while. Some, I've been around guns for longer than I've been in the 2A space, if that makes sense. But anyway, with that being said, why do you think it's such a shortage of ladies? Such a shortage in the female presence?
I mean, just to be honest, it's a male-dominated industry, and guys, how can I say it's bleeding easy? It always ends up becoming more like a measuring contest. So ladies come in, they'll try to come into the industry, and
I don't know if I want you to say that different.
Like a welcoming place, but it's the truth. Doesn't seem like a welcoming place for them. I mean, I can get it. Doesn't seem like a welcoming place.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up, brother?
Don't ask me why I started laughing, bro.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like a welcoming place.
For some reason, you look like you got way more light skin, man.
Damn.
But forget that part. Tomorrow, when I hit your line, I'm gonna talk to you about today.
Yeah.
I went back and counted. It was a total of 16 that you completely ignored. I'm starting to have a real problem.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it right now. We'll talk. What up,
everybody?
What up? Big Riz, what up, man? What up, everybody just coming in, man?
Big Riz?
What's going on, Billy? How your weekend been, man?
Smooth. A lot of outdoor, a lot of outside, a lot of moving.
Outdoor living.
Hell yeah.
So I was asking Zach this question. I'm going to pose the question to you before we bring our guests on as well.
Sure.
Why do you think there's such a shortage of female presence in the 2A space?
I think confidence and education is a huge difference in what women are deeming their hobby or their concern. It's almost like it's a new space of exception, and generally from men. You know, I think that those tables have finally brightened up, and I think it took something to provoke it. And for me, generally, my thoughts is that COVID provoked a lot of people to step outside of their comfort zone. And this is one of those effects of women, Black women in general, to step outside of their comfort zone.
That's an interesting take on it. Now tonight, we have a young lady coming on. I think she's pretty dope. How you doing, Miss Vanessa?
Vanessa,
can't wait to see her at the meetup.
Yeah, Vanessa.
That's a cool lady, man.
It's gonna be a lot of young, amazing women at the meetup.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I want to, because I want to be a big proponent.
Yes, that's right.
That's good.
That's good. That's good. Good word.
Yeah. I be trying. I try to get me a new word every now and then. I want to be somebody that really pushes that forward. To help, to just help, and show support. Siege, I'm glad you're here, because tonight I do want to invite anybody, but ladies primarily, or especially, to click on the link tonight and come in, and rather it be sharing your story or whatever. So I'm going to ask one more question before we get ready to bring our guest on.
Roadblock, what up, yo?
And I've seen a few people saying they've been following Miss Nina for a while. I met her shortly at a SHOT Show last year.
Yep.
Just Chopper introduced us real quick, and it was just kind of, what's up, nice to meet you type thing. So I never really had a chance to talk to her. I do follow on Instagram. You could tell she knows her stuff. That's about as much as I know. So I'll be learning as much as you guys are tonight. So I'm glad some people in here already follow her. That's dope. I be wanting to. Do y'all think that it's a lot of women that's already in the space, but just not publicly, not on camera, not content creators? You know what I mean?
I think so.
I think that even the fact that some of those women that were kind of behind the scenes, social media in the last 5 years has exploded to now it's time to get comfortable with that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Social media is bigger than a billboard on a major highway now.
Oh, facts. I agree.
So I think that's another way that women might have been behind the scenes, on the scenes, but behind the scenes, social media is a new thing to a lot of people. And women that have been doing it since the 80s, 90s, some of them are past that social media, trying to get used to it and figure it out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay.
because mind you, there's a lot of women in the two-way space that are well into their late 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and 70s. You know, there's a lot of women that follow the civil rights movements and the Panther movements and all that never stopped.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and Roblox, that's a great question. He says Instagram considered a content creator. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
like this year, or going into next year's meetup and award show, I'm gonna really start putting a lot of emphasis on Instagram because, believe it or not, and Billy kind of put me onto this in a way of showing that it's a whole nother world on Instagram, a whole nother gun world. Like it's like there's a gun world on YouTube and then there's a gun world on Instagram. And some people kind of
on Facebook too
a little bit, but
one on Facebook too.
And Facebook too. I agree. So what we're gonna do, going into the award show next year, there's gonna be a lot more content creators in the building because we're gonna be using Instagram as a driving force as well as YouTube. Because again, we don't get as much out of the female space on YouTube, right?
Right.
Think about it. I keep saying, bro, it got to be the biggest void in the world on YouTube when it comes to females, especially black females in the YouTube space. Man, some of y'all leaving some money on the table because it's there. It's there for the taking. Like it is. I can't even name more than 3 black female content creators on YouTube.
It's difficult.
Off the top of my head. Once I get to 3, I'm done.
Yeah.
How about y'all?
I can squeeze out 7, maybe 6.
No, but Billy might be able, Billy might be able to.
In the gun space?
In the gun space.
Okay, let me take away Yoki, let me take away Lady Wick, let me take away
Keisha Cocaine.
We just met Keisha Cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been practicing cocaine for a long time.
I'm saying though, she fairly new in the YouTube space. Okay, and she wasn't even number 3. So get me to the 6 you talking about.
Erica, my fly family. Erica, my fly family.
Erica's a prepper. Erica says she's a gardener. She grow black-eyed peas.
Yeah, she's a prepper.
She grow black-eyed peas and do generator reviews.
Hey, the truth is, it's difficult. It's damn sure.
And if y'all do know more that I may not be up on, we may not be familiar with, absolutely let me know.
Yeah, there you go. Strap house. You about right. Yo, ME, what up?
Okay, that's fair.
So
Miss Red Phoenix.
Yeah, Miss Red Phoenix.
Miss Red Phoenix.
That girl.
I don't know if she now. See, okay. No, hold on. My bad. I see some more names. 32 Icon. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Tangerine. Yeah.
Tangerine.
So I guess I should have rephrased it and said, you don't see a consistent dose.
Yeah. And you definitely have to dig deep.
Yeah.
Survival Sisters. Yeah.
Back to Cute Life and Bullet Barbie. Okay.
That's new. I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, find some of those links. Now, Survival Sisters, but a lot of it, that's more Instagram.
And Tom, what up?
They don't do a whole lot of YouTube stuff.
Yeah, Van Lethia. But she does more Instagram than she does YouTube.
So again, that's kind of what we see. But anyway, we'll get all the way into that. I'm gonna see if Ms. Nina is ready. She's probably late. All the women come on here be late. They'll never show up on time. Keisha Cocaine probably broke the record though, because she was probably outside.
We was about to get off the live.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if Miss Nina gonna show up on time for us. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. No, but we're gonna bring her on, man, and we'll talk about a lot of this stuff and see what more we can learn. All right. So y'all good? How many likes we got?
Let me get an accurate count. Hold on. We got 52.
What?
Oh, hell no, I can't bring it home.
Sunday, everybody being lazy.
Hell, man, it's 92 people here, 52 likes. Let's show a little respect for the channel and our guests. We gotta, if y'all can smash that like button, man, that would be awesome. And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. It's free.
Hey, Sophia. What up, Adam?
I'm trying.
Man, anybody I didn't speak to, what's up, man? Chicago in the building. That's right. Miss Kelly, how you doing? Kingdom, what's up? Adam, what's up?
Kingdom,
what up? Wildberry tonight.
Sophia, what's up?
Wildberry, what?
Water.
That's what I got in here too. Wildberry.
Man, I ain't gonna bring me nothing to drink, man. The only thing I got is a 22 Magnum milk jug. That's it. I can't drink this. Hey, do me a favor though. Smash, y'all don't mind, smash the like button. And while we wait for the likes to come up a little bit, I'm gonna do what we did last week. Can everybody that's in the chat right now rep your city real quick, so that we can show our guests, you know, where people coming from, like people coming from all over the country. And I think it's dope to see where guys are coming from and ladies. Should start giving the guests a $50 food voucher. What? That was weird.
What else?
Lotto, what up? Smooth, what's popping?
All right, I see DC in the building. Detroit always in here heavy. Montgomery, Alabama. Indiana, Connecticut, B-More being here heavy too these days, man.
Strong Island in the building.
Damn. East Oakland, Charlotte, Auburn Hills, Michigan, Nashville, Tennessee,
Arkansas,
Cali, VA, the Lou, Arkansas in the building.
Northeast Ohio.
You know, we heavy ATL.
What up, Ohio?
Chicago people. There we go. I need some hometowners in here. All right, there goes Chicago. Northeast Ohio. Word. DMV I see in here. Houston. All right. That's what I wanted to see. How the lights looking now, Zach?
We are at refreshing to make sure we get
a fam say City of Angels.
75.
Nah.
Man.
We gotta do a little bit. Okay. You know what we ain't did in a while?
Building, what up, Kenny?
Anybody take responsibility in a while?
You know we ain't did in a while?
What?
Ask who.
Right. Hey,
so if you out there and you willing to be honest, tell me if you didn't hit the like button. Just put me. Like if you just decided not to press the thumbs up, just put me. I just want to see how many me's we get.
And you ain't gotta say your reason.
Yeah, don't tell. We don't need to know your name. Just put me.
Mark
how are you? What is CLT?
Charlotte.
Is it?
I think.
At the airport?
Don't say it and then say I think. Because
yeah,
what if you said the wrong city?
You said like you knew.
What is CLT?
You boy.
Yeah, it was Charlotte. You asked me what it is.
Charlotte.
It is Charlotte. Okay. Boy, I'm glad you got that right. Whew. That was close. Billy will do it in a heartbeat, boy. Hey, what's CLT? That's Connecticut and New Jersey put together. That's
so apparently you got one thumbs down tonight.
Damn it. Hey, where we at now? Where we at? We get to 80 likes. I'm going. Oh, we 117 people. Damn that. We need to get to 100 likes.
We passed 80. We had 88.
Smash the like button. We need about 12 more, and then I could bring the guests on so she don't be waiting. I think she made it here. I'm not sure. I think she here somewhere though. All right, I'm just looking out here. He said, "What's BLT?" Hey man, I hope that wasn't no fat joke, man.
It was.
That was a fat joke. Boy, I'm tired of y'all with these fat jokes, man. Y'all gonna make me start putting my middle finger up in the chat more. It seems to get my point across. Javon Martin, what's good, bro? And then he gonna put it out there. This guy.
My good.
Hey, man. Hey, how's the weather in y'all city, Zach? How's the weather out there in Ohio right now?
Well, it was nice today, man. It's about 76, 77.
So is it officially fall?
It is.
Yeah. Summer's over. It drops down at night. It be getting into 45, 47. Summer's over.
P Chopper, what up?
Chopper.
Kelly, what up?
What up, Chopper? And it is officially fall, like officially. What was the last day? It's 21st, last day of summer, right, Billy?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when that happened, bro. Because I'm so ready to leave, man. I'm so ready to get out of Illinois.
I'm saying, bro.
I don't like when this happens. When the summer go away, I get mad, man.
You gotta go up in that garage, scoot that little path, make sure that the shovel is as accessible as possible.
I like the fall, man. I can't say
that. Roadblock, you went to the Browns game today.
23rd was the first day of fall.
How are we looking on the likes? I think we should be ready now. We should be at 100 likes. In my mind, it's all in my mind, Goldmouth.
93.
Shout out to the gun food. What up?
93. What up, Patrick?
Hey, Patrick, hit the like button, bro. I feel like you just came in the
chat Patrick,
and you didn't hit the like button.
He didn't hit it.
It's your fault. If you hit it, we'll be at 100.
I got the gun food on there. I got Old Armory.
Hey, Miss Nina bringing all the stars out tonight, ain't she? She that popular. What y'all ain't telling me? She famous like that?
Yeah.
Somebody better know something.
Hey. Y'all ain't told me nothing. I'm out here acting like I'm introducing her to the world. Hell, she might well be introducing the people to me.
Hey, Black Korean chick. Good to see you.
Black Korean chick in the building. What's good? Joe Cartagena. I always say Joe because that's Fat Joe, bro. That's Joey Crack. That might be the real Fat Joe right there in the chat, y'all.
You never know.
If he's from the Bronx, New York. If he's from the Bronx, that's him.
Never know.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna go check the likes myself because sometimes Zach's phone be lagging.
98. I ain't on my phone. I'm checking on the computer. We're at 98.
Yeah, his computer definitely be lagging. So I'm gonna check again. He might just have a slow internet or something. Because I know y'all ain't holding out like that on them likes.
I'm saying what?
Mine say 99. Mine say 99.
Exactly. Fan 99.
You know, come on.
Kelly
102. 102. Let's party. We going. We made it. All right. That's all I need to see. So I'm gonna bring my guest on. Obviously, I don't even have to tell nobody to be respectful. I'm gonna try to bring some people up to ask questions as well, but we're gonna talk this over tonight. We're gonna have some fun, and that's it. So with no further ado, let me introduce you to Miss Nina herself. Did we put a link out there yet?
Yep.
Oh, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is. I hope you're ready, but I hope I don't catch her sleep another. Boom.
Hey.
What's going on, young lady? How you doing?
Good.
Welcome to the chat.
Thank you for having me.
A regular gun guy channel. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So look, I want to thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I know we only got to meet one time in passing.
Yeah.
But we're gonna chop it up tonight. You in for one. Okay. So first I want to introduce you to my co-host, Fat Guy with Guns, Zach. I think you met Big Zach already. And then Billy of My Fly Family. All right.
Nice to meet you.
Well, young lady.
He not that light in person. There's something going on in whatever room he's sitting in, but he's definitely not that color. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you? Where you from? What you do? And then we'll get down to business.
All right. My name is Destiny Johnson. So the name Nina kind of sprung up once I got into this space.
Wait, let me stop you right now.
Yeah. What?
Your name ain't Nina.
My name is not Nina. My name is Destiny.
You Destiny Johnson.
Yes, Destiny Johnson.
And we introducing you to the world as well. Okay, go ahead, keep going.
I mean, that's what the world knows me as. So that was kind of a coincidence, but we're
gonna find out how that happened because I don't even hear Destiny and Nina.
I'm based in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I've been teaching here for the last 3 or 4 years. I was born and raised here, started my business here, so that's where I'm based out of. As of this year, I just recently started traveling and teaching classes in different cities, which was super dope. So I got into this world of fire. Yeah.
Hold on, Destiny.
Yeah.
She said super dope.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard.
I just want to let that.
Super dope.
When I say it, they say I be sounding like some old man from a small town But you are from Arkansas, so if you
I
say
am from Arkansas.
say
It's super dope.
get
Old
away with it.
slang. I didn't know that was old slang.
Yeah, super dope.
It don't be. Okay, so let me give you a disclaimer. Both of these guys down here at the bottom, why I put them at the bottom? Because they from New York. Something about New Yorkers and the way they treat people, I don't like it. So that's why, I had to do that. But no, go ahead. I'm just messing around.
That's funny.
So you are an instructor.
I am an instructor. Mm-hmm.
USPCA.
NRA instructor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Tell me more.
I've been teaching here since 2020. So what really, and I was here when y'all were having a conversation about, why women get into the 2A space or when that started happening. And I know he said something about COVID. So actually, I did start my business during COVID. I have been into firearms for a really long time, and I have been unofficially teaching like my friends and relatives and all of that because I've been known for a very long time to my friends and family as a girl who's into guns. Like the idea to actually start a business and become an instructor sprung up during COVID, but it wasn't just because of COVID. It was because of an encounter that I had, like a close interaction with gun violence that made
go ahead and answer the question before I ask it. Go ahead.
Yeah. It kind of that's what kind of sparked the desire to take it more seriously, other than just being, another gun owner that keeps a gun at home in a safe. Because before that happened, that actually was the type of gun owner that I was. So that actually propelled me to take it seriously. You said what?
I'm so sorry. But I was going to ask that question eventually anyway. What got you into it? And you said there was an incident that happened.
Yeah.
Do you care to expound before we go any further?
Oh, no, I don't mind. So it was pretty much it was a drive-by situation that really had nothing to do with me or the people that I was with, but they were very close, and I don't know how I actually made it out of that situation unscathed because I was the only one outside in front of the building when the drive-by actually happened. But somehow all of those rounds missed me. Nobody actually lost a life. Some people actually did get injured. But after that situation, I was just like, I'm the girl with the guns, and I didn't have my gun the moment where it could have been beneficial for me to have it for my self-defense, because what if they didn't keep going? Like, what if they would have hopped out the car and ran in the building looking for who they were looking for? And we all are gun owners, but we're those passive, I just got a gun and leave it at home type of gun owners, but it wouldn't have saved me in that moment. So that's kind of what propelled me to just take it a little bit more seriously and start carrying the other day. And I happen chance built a channel around teaching women how to conceal carry. I was doing it for myself. I was trying to build the confidence myself. I was never doing it for other people, but people caught on to it. And so that's kind of how my channel grew. And it's just been up from there.
That's an interesting story. So Little Rock. I've never had the chance to go to Little Rock. I used to go to Arkansas, but I used to always go to a little town called Blytheville.
Yeah.
Boy, them boys rowdy over there. The town about this big, but they wild out there.
I've actually never been to Blytheville, so I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, they right by Memphis over there, but they nuts. However, what I know of Little Rock, I think I used to watch it on First 48 all the time. Oh. They started doing the special because y'all busy down there. So you from like the Little Rock inner city?
Yeah. It's kind of dangerous. Well, I was born in Little Rock. Yeah, very dangerous actually. But I was born in Little Rock, and then I actually didn't grow up in Little Rock. I grew up in North Little Rock, which if you're from Arkansas, it sounds like the same place, but you know that those are two different places. So I grew up on the other side of the water.
So North Little Rock is a little nicer than Little Rock.
I wouldn't say nicer. It's different. It's different than Little Rock. It's a different energy, but kind of just the same vibe. But yeah, it's two different places. And I grew up on the other side of the water. But once I got older, after I graduated college, I moved back to Little Rock. So I've been living in Little Rock in the city since 2016. So yeah. So
now Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken, is a fairly gun-friendly state.
It is. This is a very gun-friendly state.
Okay, so because I know you said like you were already into firearms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And typically in gun-friendly states, typically the gun violence is a little less. But that don't seem to apply.
It don't.
Places like
I don't know
Little
the science behind it, but it is kind of a violent city. I don't remember what number we ranked the last time I looked up the statistic, but we were definitely in the top 10 most violent cities in the U.S.
I feel like in the 90s, it might have been at number 1 at some point.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gotten better. Contrary to popular belief, the violent crime rates have actually declined in Little Rock, but it's still bad. It can be bad.
Still a lot of gang violence there, right?
To be honest, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't know what causes it. I don't know if people are just crazy or if it's organized crime, but it's a lot of it. So I don't know.
First time I knew anything about Little Rock was the HBO special, Banging in Little Rock.
Banging in Little Rock.
Yeah.
That's what we're known for. Like, that's kind of bad, but that's what most people think of when they think of Little Rock, or they think the complete opposite, like Hee Haw Hicktown, but it's one or the other.
You ain't never lied. Everything you just said was true. What you know about Lindsay Barbecue?
Lindsay's Barbecue. Lindsay's is fire. Like, we grew up eating that, having family reunions at Lindsay's Barbecue. So yeah.
There it is, Joe. Joseph know about that barbecue spot, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I bet you Arkansas got better food than New York.
Oh no, come on.
I know New York, but I think all southern states have better food than northern states. So
but in Chicago too, I guess.
I guess.
Not possible.
I don't
Chicago,
know.
this close to
I don't
Canada.
know.
Not possible.
Chicago may be the exception.
Hey, Chicago and Canada.
My dog, that's my dog. You heard what she said. Now leave her alone. She said Chicago may be the exception.
Don't be like that.
She said Chicago may be the exception. So one of the things that I was talking about earlier too, about that was your dog?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, big ass dog.
So you got
A bully, a pocket bully.
Oh, I got 9 of them.
Hey, Von Will, what's up?
9 of them?
Yeah.
9.
He ain't even lying either.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
A lot of times you hear somebody say that, you be like, that's cap. He ain't even lying.
I don't know what I would do with 9 dogs. She a handful. But
He don't know either. He don't know either. He just But what I was thinking about is it's always I feel like it's a shortage of women in the 2A space. And I don't know if I call it a shortage, but we just don't get to see it as much as I think we should, right? Because it's difficult to build up the ladies' confidence and get them to actually conceal carry. I heard a statistic one time, and I don't know the exact statistic now, but I'm sure it's still close, that about 80%, especially black women, that go and get their concealed carry still don't carry a firearm.
yeah.
That's the craziest thing ever. But I believe, what's wrong with the dog? Make sure ain't nobody outside now. You
Hear people. So she doing her
Oh,
guard
okay. Go check. We're gonna be here. We good for a little while longer. But
Yeah.
I'm why do you think that is though?
Why is it not?
Because you said before you were in that incident. See,
Yeah.
and I say this a lot too. Sometimes life gotta hit you.
Yeah.
You be like, shit, I gotta do something, right? And that was your circumstance. Like it hit you like, oh hell no, I ain't gonna get caught out like this no more.
Yeah, I think that maybe there's a certain level of, what's the word I'm looking for, like overconfidence that exists with black women, or like just complacency and like being used to being able to relegate their safety to someone else, like as their responsibility, like a man. I know as far as
I'm not saying two things. You said overconfidence.
Yeah.
I don't know what relegate mean, but you said overconfidence, like
Yeah.
meaning that
Like I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all right. Like ain't much.
Yeah, because it's part of that like strong black woman narrative. Like I can handle anything else life throws at me. Like I took this, I'm gonna remember this. Like I have this gun, and you just get comfortable when everybody is always constantly calling you strong until you have a moment of weakness. You don't realize that you're not, invincible. So I think that that's part of it. And then secondly, just not black women specifically, but women in general, they just tend to think that that's not our responsibility. Like I have a man, I have a dad, I have brothers, I have men around me, they have guns. So I mean, I'm all right. I'm cool. Like they gonna have my back, and we're just used to like.
That's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. And I can see how that could very well be true.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I don't know, man. If so, I had the same situation with my own wife. Like, she ain't want to touch no gun, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it just wasn't her thing. And it's funny she say that because hopefully she'll come back. She just hung up on us. But it's funny she say that because I think that is a mind state. So women that have husbands, brothers, or people around them. Right?
You know what? Also, I think is a huge portion of that dynamic is some women, it's just them. But some women have children that the women around the children a lot more often. I feel like that might provoke a woman to prepare herself because she knows she got something to protect.
Yeah, yeah.
But when they are being the one that is the one that is protected, they leave it up to, whoever that is, dad, husband, boyfriend,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard a woman give that perspective on that. This is the first time I've ever heard that. So do you kind of think that they don't think it's their responsibility?
I do. I think that they don't think it's their responsibility until they realize it is. Little girl, hey, relax.
I don't think she's gonna listen to you. But no, that is interesting, man. It kind of got me. That kind of got me stuck a little bit thinking about it that way. Now, somebody said I'm guilty of that. Like, you get the concealed carry because this is something that I'm a little twisted on, right? And so many people are so pro 2A, right? That you forget about what's important. In my opinion, and we talk about this, I talk about this with my homies all the time, that when somebody gets a conceal, right? You never have to go through anything to show that you know how to draw your firearm from a holster. Or that you even know how to conceal the gun, or that you even know the basics. Like you don't even have to. Hell, you damn near don't have to know how to load a magazine. You don't got to know nothing. You're supposed to go through this stuff in the class, but when people are going through things in classes, they just going through the motions. Mm-hmm. So they know it. They retain the information, but they really don't do it. Yeah. Or you may have them. You'll go over things with your students, right? As an instructor. And most times, a lot of those people that's in those classes, their first time being in a setting like that.
Yeah.
So the things that you show them, that's their first time doing it. So if I show you how to load a magazine, if I show you the proper way to rack a slide, if I show you the proper grip of holding a firearm, and you're able to go and pass, them 30 shots that you got to take to be able to get your concealed carry. Mm-hmm. Usually that's the first and sometimes the last time that these people are close to a firearm. I feel like it should be a little bit more to getting a conceal than just having to understand the general knowledge. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To be able to properly carry that firearm, you should know how to draw from your holster, and not even better than that. Like, do you even know what firearm you're going to use that you can conceal? There's so much more, man. It's like
let's lean into that though, and see what Destiny's opinion on that is. Now in Arkansas, is it constitutional carry state? Mm-hmm. It is. Now, when it comes to Arkansas itself or any other state, any state, do you feel that in order for a person to purchase a firearm, that it's their God-given American right? Or do you feel like everybody should have minimal time in training? I'm talking like an hour,
Yeah. I don't know. So I'm kind of divided on the topic. I do feel like you have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to life, but you don't have a right to be reckless. You know, like you don't have the right to be stupid and endanger the lives of other people. So, to some extent, I feel like yes, like there should be some type of safety training that, or not even safety training, just you have to be able to demonstrate, for example, while you're buying the gun, that you're a safe gun handler. And I feel like,
Even if it's not mandatory, it should
yeah,
be heavily recommended. It should be
heavily recommended. Now, I don't believe in mandates in any way. Like, even the Constitution wasn't a mandate. That was a result of people sitting down and having discussions and debates about things. So, like, I don't believe in mandates anyway. But yeah, like heavily recommended.
Yeah.
It definitely should be.
because and not only does it seem like the common sense thing, it's for your own safety.
Exactly. Yeah.
So imagine not knowing how to even handle the firearm. And
Right.
okay. For myself personally, when there was a big difference for me owning a firearm, right? But my introduction to firearms from in the neighborhood when nobody knew nothing. We didn't know at the time. We don't know that we don't know, but we didn't know the proper way to hold firearms. All we knew was tactics to not get caught.
Mm-hmm.
We knew if we use a revolver, the shells ain't gonna drop. I don't want to get too far into all of that. What I'm saying is, by the time that I got into like the 2A space, learning things in a proper way, I realized that I really didn't know nothing. Everything I thought I knew,
Yeah.
I knew nothing. Like I can't even believe how for so many years, from probably age, be careful, probably from age 16 to 28 or so,
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how dangerous I was living for my own safety.
Yeah.
I used to carry locked and loaded in my pocket.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I feel like that is one of the challenges that definitely not just me, but one of the challenges that Black instructors in general face is that we do feel like we got this. Like, we've been around guns for so long, I know what I'm doing. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of Black people don't voluntarily seek out education, because they just assume because nothing has ever happened. Like, I know what I'm doing. It's like, I don't need no classes. It's an open carry state anyway. You don't know how much I hear that. Like, it's insane.
I mean, there's a thing that I do when I instruct anybody, and that's because when I was becoming an instructor, my counselor told me a story. When he first was instructing people, a lady came to his class that afternoon, and she went through the class or whatever, and she had a gun. She called him in the middle of the night when something was going down because she didn't know how to load a pistol properly. She called him to please tell me how to walk me through this because I might need to use this now. But that's one of the reasons why I think training is important. It's one of the reasons why I make everybody that I train, you need to load 5 rounds and I got to watch you each time. Like, you need to know how to load your firearm, how to handle it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in mandates either, but I do believe that I understand the whole, because people say, oh, shall not be friends and all. They love to say that. But I'm not infringing your right. Now, if I tell you, hey, I don't want you to conceal carry somewhere or whatever, we do have laws in this country. Because those same people will run out and get a driver's license. But if I talk to my man, and they'll run out and they'll get insurance too. If I talk to my man Billy, he'd be like, you don't need to have insurance unless you're a commercial vehicle operator.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm saying on that level is not wrong. But those same people will run out, they'll get car insurance. So to have some sort of training before you get this thing that can kill someone, I don't see where there's a problem. Sometimes stuff is just common sense.
Yeah.
And if you say, well, you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. I mean, you say all that if you want. Sometimes stuff is common sense. We all know people who own firearms who shouldn't have a firearm. You can say, oh, it's their constitutional right or whatever, and it's all constitutional rights until they hurt somebody that you love or somebody you care about. So it becomes that sort of slippery slope. But I mean, you have to be realistic. And all that, oh no, shall not be infringed. Yeah, that's fine. But you want to know something? That's not realistic with all the crazy shit we got going on nowadays and all the crazy people running around here that are able to just do whatever. So they can feel any kind of way that they want. People need to have some sort of at least a little bit of knowledge before they just decide, oh, I'm gonna have this thing where I can go kill 4 or 5 people on accident.
Yeah.
They just need to.
Yeah. So I think we can't get so caught up in the language of, you know, mandatory versus recommended. However, I think we can all agree that you should know at least know how to handle this, you know,
weapon.
This weapon, you know. You should know how to handle it.
Then you gotta learn how to drive a car. Because you know a car is a weapon. If my wife is out somewhere, I tell her she get into trouble. Listen, run them over. We worry about the rest later. What the lawyers for? If you ain't got a gun or you know, because she doesn't carry a gun or anything. That car is a weapon. If you need to take that 8-ton thing and you run that person over, and then we'll worry about the rest later. But you get home. Even if we got to get you out on home on bail, that's what we got to do. But it's no different. You learn how to drive a car. It's no different. Because a car is essentially a deadly weapon if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So no, that's good. We got caught up in a whole nother thing.
That's a deep hole. That's a
yeah.
Say that different. So, that's a rabbit hole.
I want to get more into like the ladies. There's so many fellas that's in this space that are. So a lot of us in this space is different. You got guys who are instructors, really serious about that whole end of it. And you got guys that's in this space that's not even interested in being an instructor or the best shooter in the world. They're just gun enthusiasts. They like to collect some of the dopest firearms and go to the range and shoot them. And some guys like to collect them and don't shoot them very much. They just have them. It's a hobby. It's a sport. Some people are competition shooters. You know the realm, right? There's a wide realm. Hey, hold on now. Y'all in the dog? You know what? The dog should have been the guest tonight.
Right.
Dogs is Billy dogs heard Nina dogs.
Right.
Man. She tripping.
Y'all good? I gotta find out what's going on with that Arkansas internet.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my internet?
You sleeping right now.
You don't see it?
No.
Like the last.
You gotta send her a screenshot.
Yeah.
So, if I'm gonna screenshot this.
That's the longest blink I've ever seen.
Yeah. Right now, it look like you sleep on the screen.
That's crazy. What?
If you go out,
Nina Della Night.
go. You probably should log out and log back in.
Y'all done started what do you call it? Open a can of worm out in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
We're gonna put the link out there.
Tough topic. Tough opinions.
Constitutional right versus a privilege is the difference.
Constitutional right to do what?
You know, you got a constitutional right to travel freely too. You know that, right?
That's right. That's not a privilege. That's a right to travel. It's in the Constitution, written, plain and simple. I mean, the right to bear arms, just the same.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna get the link out there, but we're not gonna make the live be about that. All right, it's because what we're saying. I don't want to get too caught up in that. What we're saying is not that, you know, anything about taking away our rights. Let's not get the panties in the bunch. All right, relax.
Too late.
Panties already in the bunch.
Yeah, they already in the bunch.
What we
I don't
said.
know if it's any better.
Way better.
Good. No, you're good now.
Okay, cool.
You decide to take another nap, though. Let us know. No, people be getting riled up when we start talking about, you know,
Yeah.
something being mandatory. But that's not even what this is about at all.
Yeah.
B, that's not what we're saying either. I just think it's good for people to have, you know, a little bit more training, man. And I think it's more. I don't want people hurting themselves. And I know that can truly happen, man. You know, when we start talking about like the 4 basic firearm rules, and just safety rules, right? And when you think about it, it almost seems like common sense.
Yeah.
But when I hear somebody say, you know, treat every gun like it's loaded, I ain't never heard that conversation until I got into the space.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about, I done seen
deep
dudes,
in the space.
you know, hand me the gun. Boy, look at this gun. Boy, look at that. Look at that. That's a good. Boy, look at that. That's a 9. You know, and I back then I ain't know. Boy, this is cold. He could have shot the hell out of me. So you know, just not knowing, like, and I think people should be put up on these things. And
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, brother.
How long did it take you to carry on your body?
So, oh, what you asking Nina this?
Nina first, and then I guess we'll all be.
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of just jumped right into it. That's not what I recommend other people do, but for me, that's the only way that I was ever going to build the confidence to do it, is to do it. So the way that I carried on my body changed, or improved rather, over time. But at first, it's just like, I got a belly band, so I'm just gonna put a big t-shirt on and carry. Like, I'm gonna just do it.
Man, I know that in the women's space, a lot of women have this carry in bag type of culture, which I ain't got no grief about any way that they do decide to do it. But I know that's a common space in a you don't want to say untrained, or sometimes even your job might demand that it cannot be on you. Places you go, but that's dope.
When I first started carrying, I actually didn't carry in my purse as much because of the encounter that I had just had. I was most nervous about not being able to get to it. So I didn't want to have it in my purse. And when I first started carrying, I didn't know about all the different carry methods and all the different holsters, and how I can just dress the way I normally dress and still carry, like what I make content about now. When I first started carrying, I was like, I don't have no other option but to wear this big bulky belly band and a t-shirt, so big enough to conceal it. So I just did that. And somebody in the comments said, how long did it take me to start carrying with one in the chamber? I did that immediately too, because I wasn't new to guns at all. Like, I had been into firearms, so I had already had like a pretty good foundation of safety, and I knew not to touch the trigger if I ain't ready to shoot. Like, safety was an unconscious thing for me at that point already. I just wasn't consistently carrying, so I started doing that immediately too. Now, when women are super nervous, I don't suggest they do that, but that was just my personal experience. Yeah.
And you in Arkansas, you in the South, y'all see guns.
Yeah, nobody cares. Like, even if I did print a little bit, nobody really cares here. Although I don't intentionally go out trying to print. That's not the point of concealed carry, but they wouldn't care if they did see it.
I'm glad you saw that other question, and I thought this was a great statement by smart shooters. Don't miss the mission by focusing on the moment. We all know we have the right, but we all can agree people need more training. I think that's, man, that's all we're saying. That's all we're saying, real deal.
Yeah.
I'm kind of reading the comments too. I don't know if you can too. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments. So now, once you got into the space, so you had been around firearms, and you started learning more about different accessories and different things that you could use. Like you say, the way that you conceal got better over time. How did you start learning that stuff? Like, how did that come to you?
YouTube. So just being on YouTube, and I was seeing, of course, like y'all were seeing earlier, it's not a lot of women in the space, especially not Black women. But I did come across a lot of guys like showing the way that they conceal carry, and I'm like, I'm not built like him, but I'm gonna try it anyway just to see if I can get it to work for me. And then I came across this one gun page. It's a woman page. She equips herself, so she's not a Black woman, but it's a woman. So I'm like, I have some point of reference now. And she actually used one of the products that I saw one of the guys using. So I'm like, okay, cool, this could work for me too. I'm gonna just try it. And then I dove off the deep end of just trying everything just to see what would work best for me. So that's kind of how I figured it out over time.
Would you consider? Now, this is kind of a little bit off topic, but it's a great question. Do you consider yourself to be a gun enthusiast too? Do you have the bug, or are you more training focused? And
I'm definitely more training focused. I think that when people meet me or they're introduced to my page or whatever the case, they kind of assume that I'm a gun nut because that's all I post about. But I'm like, this is my business page. That's why I always post about it, because I'm not just going to be posting all over the place if this is the focus of this page. So I'm actually not too much of a gun enthusiast. Like, I'm not a gun nut. I'm a real practical patty when it comes to firearms. Like, most of my guns are stock. I just recently started getting into shooting optics because of an instructor that I've been training with since like April. So I'm like, I have like my favorites, but I'm not really an enthusiast. Like, I just get into all the gear and gadgets and the new whatever that's coming out. I own what I like to shoot and what I can proficiently shoot, and that's it.
How do you
say practical, Patty?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
How do you define, how would you define a gun nut?
A gun nut?
He gets offended because he's one of those. Whatever it is,
I feel like there's levels to gun nuttism, and like most people are not on the extreme end like they think they are. Because I think extreme gun nuts are like, I don't know, they something else. But
no. Go ahead and say it. I can't wait for you to offend them. Go ahead, say it.
No.
Yeah, they have like YouTube lives and stuff like that about guns. You know them ones.
No, I wouldn't even think that's a gun nut. I think that's enthusiast. Like,
a gun nut is somebody that's just constantly buying a bunch of guns, just buy because they see it.
Not even that. It's almost like an obsessive thing. Like, bro, you doing like a little bit too much. Like,
that's you, Zach.
Yeah, no, that's you.
That's you, bro. She talking about you right now.
You have casual gun owner that don't really take it seriously, and then you got your concealed carriers, your instructors, training people, the enthusiasts. Then you got something else. I ain't talking about them, huh?
Them two gentlemen beneath you.
That guy right there.
New York gun laws are so messed up.
Yeah.
They were so overwhelmed and caught up in guns. It was like a crack addiction that they both moved their whole families to new states just so they could buy new guns. Now, that ain't a gun that you tell me what is. But we ain't got. That's not why we here either. So, Miss Siege wants to know, does she train with Trey Barber?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Life. What up, yo?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, you were saying hello to somebody. Hey, let me ask you a question. Now, for me, when I walk in my home, I have the same kind of regiment that I store my gun and you know, blah, blah, blah. When you get home, like as far as storage or safe keeping or whatever, do you carry in the house or do you
I don't carry in the house. I do. I'm comfortable at home. Like, I feel like this is the one place I can be comfortable. It's my this space. So I'm not like walking around with my gun strapped to me and sleeping with it on my body or nothing like that.
But it's funny you say that because it's 122 people in here. 96 of them gonna be like, boy, I got it on me right now. Man, I got feet, but I got one right here with me.
It's right here. Like, it's always
please don't show your gun on the live, though.
Like, wherever I'm at, it's gonna be close by, but it ain't necessarily on my body while I'm in the house. Like,
just up the
right.
You said what?
The blicky on us.
It's always with you. I understand totally. It's always with you. I understand.
Yeah,
always.
Like, if I move to a different room, my gun moves to a different room, but like it's not on my body.
Exactly. I totally understand.
So now this is gonna be a widespread question, but I gotta ask it. How do you think that we can help build more of these ladies' confidence and get more women to step out and be like you? Like, yo, I'm not a gun nut, none of that. I just want to know how to defend myself and stay sharp, you know, and be capable. How can we help build up the confidence and get more women out?
That's kind of a loaded question. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of different factors at play when it comes to that. But For one, doing what we've already been doing, like as a community, like in the 2A community, creating that space for women, like inviting women to the events and the shoots that we have, and encouraging women to pursue higher education in a sense in the gun world, like besides the basics, which is one of the reasons why I even collaborated with Trayvon Barber to teach classes, so we can reach people all the way from the beginner level to the intermediate level to the advanced level, and we're not just like, okay, women, we're going to teach you the basics because that's good enough and that's all you need to know to defend yourself. Like, no, we want top women shooters too. We want women USPSA master. You know what I mean? So I think it's just creating space for them, for one, so that they feel welcome into the space. That was kind of a challenge for me personally when I first started shooting, is that it just really didn't feel that welcoming.
Okay. No, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Let me ask you this. When somebody comes into the gun space, right, and you become a content creator, you want to add something that possibly might not be there, bringing something to the table. If you had, in a perfect world, not to put you on the spot, but what is it about the gun world that you would like to take off? You know, something that might be a bad look, or something that's just a pet peeve, or you know, is unsatisfying within the gun space that does exist.
I don't know. Like I can't say that I really have one. I mean, besides the obvious of like just the whole uneducated or miseducated group of gun owners. Besides like that, I mean, which just probably should be everybody's pet peeve. But I don't really have one outside of that. So I think that it's different lanes in the 2A community, and even in the Black 2A community specifically. Like he was saying earlier, like everybody just kind of got their lanes. Like you got the instructors, the big on training people. You got the enthusiasts who just like to buy guns and shoot them. Like, and everybody just kind of has their lane. So I don't really think it's a place for all of it. So I don't think none of it needs to go besides the miseducation.
Yeah. I think that's all. We stand in. I guess for the most part, we stand in the same way, understanding that there's some things that might be the worst interpretation, but to us, and we all take it personal, not realizing there's space for everything.
Yeah.
Then it in here.
Unless it's just ignorance, but like other than that, yeah, I feel like everybody got space here. Everybody got a lane for them.
So I believe in that. I believe in it, like for real. So I put my money where my mouth is. I put my time and my belief of trying to bridge some of those gaps, right? Trying to put eyes on people. You know what I'm saying? Like put eyes on our people. And there are so many different lanes. A big reason that I wanted to do things like the meetup, and I like to invite all different types of, not influencers, but like just like you see the people in this chat and everybody talk, joke, everybody have opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I like to bring people together face to face. Everybody not going to always agree on stuff, but we do all agree that we believe in the right to bear arms and protect ourselves, and that common belief is what typically brings a lot of these people together. I like to let people put their city in the chat, because sometimes you're going to see somebody that's right in the same city as you are. I can't tell you how many times I see people become friends or meet each other because they find out y'all live, a couple miles apart, or whatever the case is. I'm trying to get more on the Instagram side of things, because I feel like the Instagram world and the YouTube world are two different worlds when it comes to the firearm space, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can talk to somebody that's going to be on YouTube.
Speaking of that, Marshall Davis or Tig.
Tig, yeah.
She's retiring, and she had the National Black Self-Defense Directory, where she kind of like made a list of all the Black instructors across all of them, but Black instructors could request to be added to the directory, and so people had somewhere central to go look for a Black instructor, right?
Yes.
Since she's retiring, and she made mention of her directory kind of going away, like as her business closes, I spoke to her, and we actually talked about creating a similar directory that I could manage and kind of let it live on. But what I did for mine, I created the Lady Safety Network. So it's pretty much a directory of women instructors across the U.S. because, like we keep saying, there's a shortage, and then women don't know where to go look. So on my website, on FabFirearmsAcademy.com, there is a Ladies Safety Network map on the Get Help tab that literally is like mapped out, pinpoint female firearms instructors in your city. Like, you just click on your state and it'll show you who's there in your city. And I'm still adding names to it, so it's not a complete list yet. I actually just started this like 2 weeks ago. So if you're in the comments and you have a female instructor that you've been training with, or if you are a female instructor, know someone who teaches, send them the link so they can request to have their business added to the directory. Because I want this to be a place for women to be like, okay, I don't know where to start training, and somebody can just send them this link like, hey, go find whoever is in your city. So I'm based in Arkansas, and I do travel and teach small classes, but if I'm not coming to the city where you are, or if you can't get to Arkansas, you can just click that link and see who's in your state. And we're adding new people to it every day.
That's dope. I think it was one of my favorite guests, actually.
Yeah.
she was kind of remind me of each other, like kind of that.
Yeah, but Tig started off real nice like you. And she went thug by like
She's not a thug.
She definitely showed that she had just a little bit of fire in her.
I mean, you gotta have that in this industry, male or female. So she was actually one of my biggest inspirations getting started as an instructor. So her and tactical social worker, Body by O. So the two of them, and then also defensive unicorn. So Danny, she's based in Philly. Those were probably like the three women that I was seeing at the time. That was all I was seeing. So I'm like, well, shoot, like I want to do that. And once I saw them doing it, it's like it's possible for me to do that. So they were probably three of my biggest motivations.
Well, there you go. Well, I'll be damned. That's all right. Sisters motivating sisters. That's what I like. So we're gonna have you out at RM4.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope. And we do a women's conference that we started just this year. Was the very first one. It was really dope. It came together. So many people came together to help me out to make it work. It's gonna double in size, or probably triple in size coming next year. So I can't wait to have you there. We can talk more in detail about it, but it'll be really good to be able to, because it's a lot of wives that come out. Like a lot of the guys bring their wives out, or a lot of the ladies that's a part of the community come out, and they're just finding their way as well.
Yeah.
So I think it just opens up doors and makes this whole network that much bigger,
Yeah.
So I'm excited about all of that.
I'm excited to go too. I saw pictures from the last event, and I was like, dang, that looks super dope. Like, I wish I could go.
Yeah, that's 2 times she doesn't. It is super dope though. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not just telling you because it's the event that we do. It is so different from what you're used to in terms of some of the dope events that we go to already, right? So there's some dope range days out there, really dope events that a lot of the guys are starting. Yeah. But when I did this, I did it with a whole different purpose in mind. Yeah. So the range day is off the chain, but it's just a small part of it. Mm-hmm. The biggest fun happens away from the range with no guns involved. Yeah. When we do like our meet and greet, and we do the award show, and people dress up, and we do the sneaker ball, and everybody hanging out, drinking, eating food, kicking it. It's like a family reunion. It's like we just came out with a lot of like-minded people to really enjoy yourself, laugh and have fun, to get away from the serious side of it. All the big guns and the booming is fine, but I think you get to network with people, chop it up, talk, meet new people, man. It goes a long way. And that's why I think it continues to grow every year like it does.
Yeah. I'm excited to go.
Definitely. I'm going to get this link out here, though, because I want people to come on here and not be afraid to come on and ask some questions, especially ladies. Shout out to Keisha Cocaine.
Keisha Cocaine.
She found her way into this space.
Yeah, shot.
Now, you do train, right? So say somebody's in the city somewhere. Can you hear me?
Huh?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So you do travel and do training.
Yeah.
So say somebody's in the city somewhere. I remember asking T the same question. Now say somebody's in the city somewhere and they like, man, I want to train with her, and they want you to come there. Without going into too much detail, how much is it gonna set those people back? Like, like we gotta get you there. I mean, is it gonna be one of them? They gonna need to put it, take out a loan or?
No. So I try to be reasonable with my training. Like I'm not trying to bust people's head. I'm not trying to get rich off one class or nothing.
That
like
little
that.
rock came out right there.
Yeah.
I try to bust them off over the
Right.
head. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't like
I got to hit them. I got
class. Like I want people to get this information. And if they want the information, I want to make it affordable for them to get it. So like I'm not really expecting people to pay for my travel to get me out there. Like book the class, and then I'm gonna pay for my own travel out of the profits from my course. Like I want you to pay for the class. Like you don't gotta put me up nowhere. It's like I can do that. I got that. So no, it's not a lot. And then I also try to include, ammunition and firearms in most of my classes that I teach. So if they can't bring their own, they don't have their own. It's like I don't want that to be a barrier for you learning how to handle a firearm, because we're in America. It's guns everywhere and one in every other household. So even if you decide I don't want to own a gun, you still probably gonna encounter one in your lifetime. So if you don't own a gun, too scared to own a gun, but you still want the education, you don't need one. You can use one of ours, and I got ammunition for you if you just come to the class. Like, that's it. So no, it's not.
Big Kush,
Yeah,
what up?
like that. What up, Kush? Yeah.
I like that. I think that is pretty enticing. We need to get the information. Is it all on your website?
Yep. On
Post your website up there, man. So fellas,
I've been posting it.
Go check her out on IG for sure. Follow what she's doing, because I think a lot of y'all might be interested in perhaps getting the wives or ladies that's watching right now. Hit her up, talk to her, ask her some questions. Jump on some of her posts and ask her. Hit her in the DM, because I think that sometimes people are just a little reluctant to ask questions because they don't want to look like the person that don't know.
Yeah.
I know that happens a lot. Before I started doing this live, I used to kind of be the same way. I would probably just listen hard as hell to see if I can gather the answer, as opposed to asking the question. But then I just said, no, screw that. I'd rather ask. Even sometimes in this chat when I know something, I'll still pose the question because I know it's somebody listening that don't know.
Yeah.
So, hold on one second. I got somebody. I knew somehow this guy was going to come in. I felt it. I felt it.
Hey,
Real deal. What's up?
What's up?
You look
First
like
of
you're
all,
at home.
I'm inside the house, man.
Wait, let me introduce you to my guest, Miss Destiny, Nina DeLaflores on Instagram. Okay.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
This is real deal. He's out in Indiana. He's got a full gun range in his house that we actually started traveling to his house last year, and we're going back this year, and we plan to do it for years to come.
Absolutely.
But we just we go down there usually in October sometime and just have some fun shooting guns. But anyway, that's the story behind Real Deal. Now, what's up, brother? What you got for us?
Well, first of all, I'm in my home. I got rid of my Taurus internet and got staccato internet.
I see.
Look at you, man.
It's still spotty.
Good move. Good move.
So I got two questions for you. Since you're a trainer and everything, do you open carry or just concealed carry?
I just conceal carry. I'm not gonna say I never open carry because I manage a range. So when I'm at the range, I'll open carry sometimes. But even then, maybe 70% of the time, my gun is still concealed.
Okay. And then you train a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
Do you train them to have the gun on their body at all times, or do you tell them it's okay to put it in a purse or something like that?
Ideally, I strongly recommend that you don't carry in your purse. So that's actually why I have my platform on Instagram kind of dedicated to teaching women how to conceal carry. and not compromise on the way that they dress or have to suddenly start dressing like a tomboy just to carry a firearm. Like, I wear my cute outfits to show them where I put my gun. So there is a way, if you're looking for a way, there's a way to carry on your body. You should do that if you can. I know there are situations where it's like, it's just not feasible for you to carry on your body because of what you're wearing or whatever the case may be. You have to carry separately in a bag. But if you do, it's still a right way to do that too. Like, you can't just throw it in your purse and completely load it, not in a holster with your keys and gum and phone and all. Like, that's too much. Like, it's still a right way to carry in your purse, but if at all possible, don't carry in your body.
I've been trying to talk my wife into, well, she doesn't carry, so I want her to start carrying. But I've been trying to get her like, I don't know what you call it. It's not a fanny pack, but you see, they're a bag that's connected. They're about this big. And I was telling her she'd get one of those, put the gun in it with a holster, and then she can keep her keys and her wallet in there. That way it's on her at all times.
Yeah, so it's like, that's one of those, it's a right way to carry in a bag, because you don't, that's having a fanny pack right here that you could just reach in and grab, kind of different than wearing a chest holster. So it's like the same thing, right? It's accessible, but you don't want it in a big handbag underneath your keys and the book that you're reading and your sunglasses and your phone. Like, that's just too much to bypass in an emergency. It needs to be accessible, ready to go.
So and if somebody robs you, they may run by and grab your purse, right?
Yeah, right.
Keep on trucking, and now they got your gun.
So I would recommend fanny packs or crossbodies if you're going to carry in a bag. So I only ever carry crossbody purses. And if I have to carry in my purse, it's in a holster in a separate pocket and it's across my body on a chain link. I don't do the whatever the fabric straps. Like, I use chain link crossbody so they can't come cut it. So there's a right and wrong way.
Yep. So that's what I do. Like with my wife, if she's with me, then all right, you can put it in your purse. You kind of my backup in a sense. You can have we together, but. Otherwise, I'm not a big fan of the purse thing either. But that's for you ladies to talk to the ladies about. But I'm not a fan of that.
Especially not if you're a beginner. Like, it sounds backwards, but if you haven't practiced safe handling and you haven't practiced getting your gun out of a bag under duress, like, that's like the worst way for a beginner to carry, because you don't have that like muscle memory to just go in there and get it. Like, I feel like once you have that skill set and it's almost second nature to you, that you kind of get a pass on like carrying in your bag, especially if you keep it accessible, like right here, like in a fanny pack, or right here on your hip where your gun would be anyway. Like, that's different. But if you're a beginner, that's kind of setting yourself up for even more failure, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Now that times are changing. Technology is changing. Is Destiny iron sights or optics?
Oh, wait. Old school, new school.
Somebody asked, did I teach carbine courses? No, I don't. We just do pistol. But yes, so am I irons or optics? Up until recently, I was very much just a irons girl. Like, I've mastered irons. I can pick up any gun and shoot it with iron sights. So like, that was it's like my thing. I wasn't into all the optics or anything like that until recently. So I got my first optic and I got a Holosun 507K, and I've been learning it for like the last few months. And I like it.
Like, first optic, Billy. She's doing better than you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I actually like this little green dot. I'm like, okay, like, this is faster. Like, like, I'm just getting used to shooting with it now. So I see the appeal of optics. Of course, like, irons are on every gun, just about every gun. So if I master that, I know I can pick up any gun and shoot it. But I mean, yeah, I kind of like the Holosun. I'm getting used to it. So maybe it's 50-50 now.
About, Billy.
That's nice. Look at that. Oh my God.
He never seen a Holosun in person.
It's so nice.
That's what she's talking about.
Wow, I like it.
I love mine.
Nice.
So, do you ever carry a backup gun?
No, not really. I'll carry extra mags before I carry a backup gun. And it's just, I don't know why. I just never, I don't know. Just like I need a backup gun. I got 27 rounds. I'll be okay.
Damn. Talk your talk then. Talk. Damn, pop your shit. But look, so y'all gotta make sure if you're not on IG, are you on YouTube, y'all?
I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't started posting on it yet. So I'm migrating over. But I do have my main platform is Instagram.
We're gonna need you to get over on YouTube though.
I'm coming.
All right. So, because this is my thing, right? I think y'all should go check her out for sure. Ladies, listen. She got like a million different ways to carry, and she shows you how she's able to draw her firearm smoothly without issue, how she's able to practice and get it done and still be able to dress however she want to dress and do it. I think that is impressive and useful to all the ladies out there. So definitely go check her out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we should be pushing that envelope because I got to show this stuff to my wife. I'd be like, you could come up with some slick ways to be able to carry because everybody's not going to be able to do the traditional, inside the waistband carry. I can't appendix carry because I got too much appendix, and then I'd be having to move the gun, over to one side or the other to make sure that I'm comfortable.
You know who else is a really good page to follow for concealed carry content, and I look forward to her content every Friday. Lou Tactical. I don't know if you've met her or talked to her, but
I've met her. I believe I haven't had a chance to talk to her, but.
Yeah, I love her page. She posts concealed carry Friday. Every Friday she posts a video showing how she's concealing that day, and it's dope to watch. So like that's another page I should follow.
Let me say something real corny. Lou got a nice outside of her house.
That's funny.
I be like, that's a mansion.
Florida is pretty. I love it. Her name is Lou LU_tactical.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Can you put her name in the chat?"
We're gonna get Lou Tactical on the show too. We need.
Yeah.
If you talk to her before I do, let her know. I would love to bring her on. I want to start showcasing a lot of the ladies that are out here in the space, be it Instagram, be it YouTube, and so we can learn about everybody, man. And everybody can start kind of. Everybody ain't gonna become best friends or nothing, but at least we know of each other. And we're able to network and things like that.
I realized that it's a lot of Black women in the 2A space, like more than I initially thought that there would be. It's just, I think that a lot of them, some of them just don't have the confidence to enter this space because it's male dominated. So it's just like, I don't know if I have a place over there that's like a guy thing, which is why you making space for women and like all these other organizations that are starting to make space for women is cool. Like that's needed so that they can get over that.
That's what makes me like the idea of the meetup because, and especially now that we're doing the women's conference, I think it kind of bridges that gap, right? You know how we talk about the lanes? So a lot of the ladies that are in the space that are instructors and more on that end of things like yourself, you're not always in tune with all of the straight influencer ladies, right? Because they're doing something totally different. It's no animosity, nothing weird. It's just that we're kind of in different worlds and we do different things.
Don't cross paths.
That's what I think events like what we're doing every year allow for all of that to come together. And now I can learn who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And learn about what it is that you do. And then we can see how we can bring together what we do.
Yeah.
Because imagine, that Nina Yoki collaboration. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Training with Nina. That is, to me, I can see that happening.
I got a picture with Nina, Yoki, Lady Wick, Danny from Defensive Unicorns.
That was a shot.
We took that picture at SHOT Show. I had that was my first time going to SHOT Show, actually. And we took that picture there. I had so much fun.
Basketball game.
Yeah, we were at the 2A basketball game.
What up, Mira?
Are you ready for this year?
I am. I'm ready to go.
Good.
So I live in Indiana, and Michigan is 5 minutes away. And when those Flash Brawl posters came out, we had a lady in Michigan, and she was training, getting her gun out, and for some reason she was doing it with a loaded gun, and she killed herself. Because she pulled it out and somehow she shot herself in the heart.
Yeah.
Do you use those kind of holsters?
I'm familiar with the flashbang, so I've used it. I haven't carried with it, but I purchased one to try it out when I was, like I was telling y'all earlier, just buying everything, like trying to figure out what worked best for me. So I got a flashbang and I was trying it out. The motion was weird for me, efficiency wise. Like it's not as efficient as carrying appendix and just pulling up and pressing out. Like you have to snatch it down all the way down and then bring your arms back up and then press out. Like that's, as far as efficiency, that was just a lot for me. But I didn't think that it was unsafe, because I don't think that it's any different than carrying appendix. Like when you carrying with the flashbang, you got your gun pointed at your titty, but like when you carry an appendix, it's pointed at your genitals. So it's like, it's still pointed at something. I don't think it's necessarily dangerous. I think it's just a matter of the handler having that, like those safe handling skills to keep their finger off the trigger. Like, because that wouldn't happen if the finger didn't touch the trigger.
Was that word appropriate?
Huh?
That's talking.
Oh,
I'm glad. I thought she was gonna say junk.
No.
Not that part. I'm talking about before that. She used the T word.
Is that a bad
Is
word?
that appropriate, or should she have like said?
She never roll with some titties.
Forget it.
Everybody got
all right. I'm trying to check to make. I'm trying to be. I'm gonna ask Siege next time.
Yeah.
You know what?
My brother,
this is the way it works. If she said it's perfectly fine. If you said RGG, it would have been inappropriate.
She said it, that makes it okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was a little worried. I didn't want nobody, So I would love to get some ladies on here just to ask a question, man.
Yeah, you need somebody
trying to pull the ladies
bald
out
white guy
themselves.
up here asking questions.
Oh man.
Yeah, we always get the cool white guy to come on and ask a couple good questions, but I want to get a couple ladies up here, please, to come and ask this young lady some questions or share some of your thoughts on, concealed carrying, or perhaps be able to answer some questions that you've had for some time. Your main focus is ladies, right? In Arkansas, because you seem to be doing pretty well. So, like in a very gun-friendly state where it's constitutional carry, usually people tend to think that kind of makes it tougher for instructors because, like people feel like they don't. So you got to hustle. You got to say, look, what I got is valuable. You need it.
Yeah, like I think and it's funny because I used to say that I'm not like a marketer, like I'm not good at marketing, but essentially that's what I do on social media all day long. So I think my social media presence and like the free information that I give out online kind of helps with keeping my business steady, even though I'm in a very pro-gun state that doesn't have a lot of laws and restrictions on carrying. People are not necessarily coming to me for concealed carry permits. Like they just want to learn how to shoot. It's like, I seen your video. You know what? I am still scared of my gun a little bit. That's why I don't carry it. So I'm trying to get comfortable, and then we just start from there. And I think my social media and the way I market online helps with that too. Now I know for the instructors who are kind of like not on social media, that makes it a bit more difficult because how do you reach the new generation of gun owners who is like who are seeking that training? They're looking for people online, so it's almost like you're not being looked for or sought out. So I can see how it's a bit different, like difficult for them. But I think just being online helps with that.
That's why you should absolutely get on YouTube, because a lot of people go straight to YouTube to search for every question they may have. YouTube is like the platform that people turn to. So you definitely should, move your presence over there, even if it was just a lot of shorts.
That's probably how I'm gonna go ahead and start. But yeah, I've been actually working on that, creating the channel.
Okay, good.
For a minute, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted my channel to be. Like, I didn't want to just come over to YouTube and be another gun nut. Like I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the thing that distinguishes my channel. Huh?
People start getting upset every time you say that.
No, not gun nut in a bad way, but you know the way that we've been talking about it. So there are a lot of gun enthusiasts on YouTube, and I just don't want to be like, oh, that's just another one of them gun pages. Like, no, like I want it to be what it is on Instagram, and just make sure that whole energy transfers over. So I'm working on it.
So real deal. I gotta bring you out for a second to bring a young lady. All right. Oh wait.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey.
Hi Zach, Billy.
What's
Hey.
up?
RGG.
How you doing?
How's everybody?
Good. Thank you.
Nina,
Thank you
it's
for
so
breaking the
nice
ice.
you're here. I love your channel. I've been following you for a good while, since right at the beginning of the pandemic. I watched you through your car accident, your recovery, all your training videos with Trey Barber, who I follow him, love him also. So talk to us a little bit about how, if we can't get to you in one of your training courses or one of your affiliates, how do we vet a trainer? What are some of the things we should be looking for as women that men may not have to consider as often as we do?
So I think that actually, it's crazy you asked me that question, because I literally just wrote a blog on this the other day, and it's on my website. So at fabfirearmsacademy.com on my blog page is like the last one, because I just did it the other day. But I listed 5 things that I think not just women, but really anybody should look for when they're vetting a firearms instructor. And number one, which a lot of people kind of get upset when you say this, but credentials. Like, there are a lot of people out there who can shoot, but that doesn't mean that they can teach and like translate the information to another person in a way that they understand it. So I feel like when you go after those credentials to get certified as an instructor, or through whatever organization you choose to go through, it kind of just adds another layer of credibility to your, like, what the service that you're providing, right? And so it also lets you know that that instructor cares enough about what they do to like develop themselves and take training courses that may or may not be necessary. Like, anybody can just go teach somebody how to use a gun, but they want that credibility. That doesn't mean that it's the only thing you should look for, because again, and I was saying this in the blog, that like some people are just good test takers, or they're just good shooters. So it's easy for them to stack up those pieces of paper saying they're certified in something. So I think another thing that you want to ask is, how long have they been teaching or shooting? Because as of recently, especially since the pandemic, even my business started during the pandemic, I just was shooting for a long time before I became an instructor. But you have people who picked up guns as a hobby during the pandemic, and then they immediately turned around and became instructors. So you don't have like a whole lot of information that you can teach another person, because you just started yourself. So how long they've actually been shooting or training or teaching or whatever is also something that you probably want to consider asking them. If they still take classes to keep developing themselves, it's something that you might want to ask them, because you don't want to go to anybody who's, I've been teaching since before you were born for 20 years and they stopped learning 20 years ago. Because me managing a range, I see men coming there all the time who are, I've been shooting for 20 years and they're still telling women to go buy a revolver and put it in their purse, or they still teacup grip their firearm.
Right.
So it's like, you've been training for 20 years, but I mean, you out of the loop. Like, you're giving people bad information. So how long they've been doing what they do and how much they keep up with their own professional development matters too. And I would probably say, just to not run through the whole blog, but probably the final most important one I would say is, if they have medical training or, are prepared for a situation like that, have insurance, instructor insurance. That's just another thing that shows they take what they do seriously. And I feel like if you're teaching firearms, that you know that firearms are inherently dangerous, so you should be prepared for worst case scenario. It's not like you're betting on it, but if you're not anticipating it, you're not prepared for it. And you don't want to lose your life out on the range with an instructor who accidentally shot you, or you accidentally hurt yourself and they didn't know how to patch you up until help got there. That actually happened recently. I don't know if y'all saw that video where the cop had shot one of his students, and then he freaked out. Like, he didn't even stop and administer aid. I don't even know if he knew how, but he freaked out, and that lady passed away. When I don't know, like a few seconds of a chest seal or pressure or something like that probably could have saved her life until she got to the hospital. But he didn't have that training, or either just freaked out and didn't know to use it in that moment. So, like, that's important too. I would say those top 3 at least.
What about, do you think you are challenged more because not only are you a female, you're a woman of color, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but you look really young. So do you find that those are barriers? Do you find, and this was one of the things I said in the chat earlier, it was going pretty fast, so you probably didn't see it. But I don't know if women not carrying on their person and not carrying with one in the chamber, I don't know if it's a confidence issue at all. I think it's an issue of women being challenged more about their level of competency than men are. Men don't automatically, just because you are a male does not mean that you automatically have the expertise, the knowledge, or the skill set, or the mental capacity to carry a firearm in the way it should be carried as safely as possible. So it seems like it's put upon women that we need more training, we need more instruction, we need more guidance. Do you feel that people kind of place that burden on you as a young woman and as an instructor? Do you think you have to prove yourself more?
Yeah, I'm in every space that I go in, actually. I don't mind it because I know I'm capable of doing it, but I feel like that's one of the barriers that keeps women out of this space, is always feeling like they're going to be challenged or put on the spot. But you just got to get your skill level to the point where it's like, if you do put me on the spot, you're the one who's going to look stupid. Like, I manage a range, and I have guys, I'm the manager, and I still have guys coming to the range, like, assuming that I can't shoot because I'm female or because I'm a young Black woman, and they'll challenge. You know how much money I make out shooting people at the range because they're like, I'll bet you $10 a shot. You can't. Okay, cool. Like, let's go do it. I'm constantly being challenged and put on the spot, but I welcome it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, if I can prove myself, and then after I do this thing, like, you're like, okay, I respect that. I take that seriously, and I'm gonna do that. I don't really take offense to it.
How about dry fire? How often do you do it yourself, and do you highly recommend it?
So whenever I'm trying to, like, figure out how to carry in a different outfit, I do it a lot. Recently, because I'm trying to get back into competition shooting. So, you know, you said you've been following me since my accident. I was starting before my accident, and then I banged my body up so bad I couldn't go back for a long time. I was in physical therapy and all of that, so I haven't been actually back out there shooting matches since August last year. So I tried to go to one. I was still too injured. I didn't realize how injured I still was until I got out there. So I couldn't do it. I tried again then, and I had to put it back down. But I've been training again to get back to the point where I'm going out and shooting matches consistently. So now I've been dry firing like every day, even if it's just for a little bit, even if it's just before I walk out the house, I unload my gun and dry fire a little bit before I walk out the door. But I try to squeeze it in. I'm not going to say that I've always been like, oh, I consistently dry fire every day. But as of recently, since I have a goal that I'm trying to reach, I've been doing it every day.
And what is your EDC right now? What are you carrying?
I carry, actually, I usually carry a 6-hour P365 XL. So that's been my everyday carry for the last 2 years.
I carry.
Yeah, it's a wonderful gun. Like, it doesn't fail me. Well, I abuse it. So if it does, it's my fault. But it's a good gun. As of like 2 weeks ago, I purchased a little Ruger LCP Max. And I'm not a fan of tiny handguns. I'm not a fan of 380s either necessarily. But I purchased it and I've been carrying it and I'm trying to get used to it just to prove a point. Like, you know, like, you get good at whatever you consistently train with. And this little Ruger is so concealable. Like, I'm starting to like it a little bit, but I actually purchased it just to prove a point. So right now, that's what I'm carrying, the LCP Max.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Those were amazing questions. But don't
Yeah,
get,
I love,
it's
I
not
love
getting
your
better.
channel. I mean, I watch you all the time. I've been following you for, this is year 3, like almost since
Yeah.
right before your accident.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I really love your channel. You're doing great things. Your concealed carry content is, it just amazes me how you get this thing hidden where you don't see it.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
you
thank
could
you.
take all those and push those over to YouTube and they would go crazy.
I'm
because
doing it. I'm
that's
definitely
what we're
doing
looking for. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I have on a t-shirt today because I was working out. I had to do some
Yeah.
walking, but you know, I'm not always going to have on a ton of clothes. Like you said, if I'm going out and I'm dressed differently, I still want to be able to carry. And I don't ever want to carry in my purse. I don't even like carrying a purse. So I definitely don't want to shove it in a purse. There just are so many other ways. And I think you've shown about, I mean, you could do a compilation of all your concealed carry outfits and holsters. And is there any particular holster that you like or any particular setup that you like the best for concealed carry?
As far as holsters, I really, really, really like Eclipse holsters. I've been using their holsters probably for the last 2 or 3 years. And they're amazing quality holsters. They're super customizable. They have little monoblock clips where you can attach it to your clothing with or without a belt. And so I pretty much only ever purchase holsters from Eclipse. As far as setups, I actually have them in front of me. Let me see. These are probably my favorite 2 ways to carry. So I have my comfort concealment belt that I've been using this for years. Actually, this is probably like 3 years old and it's still up. It's still functional. It's still a functional product. So it's like a little inner belt and I can wrap it at any point, any part of my waist and clip my holster to it. I love this setup. And then also recently I've been using, it's a fairly new product as is, but Leisure Carry came out and they have their clip-on belt. So I've been using that clip-on belt to carry. And I like that setup too, because you can carry in like athletic wear, anything that has like a top to your body structured kind of material like spandex or drawstring sweatpants and stuff like that. You could just literally clip this little belt onto it. So between these 2 products, I can carry in pretty much anything.
Anything,
anything at all. Now, another product I really do like is Flister. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the Flister Enigma. But it's kind of like complicated to put on.
Yeah, it's a
No, it's the Siege. The Siege.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated to put on, but it's a good product.
We just started it. We just started the show. Yeah, no, Siege. You know Siege. I don't know how she did it, but she took over RGG show.
I always talk too much. Don't pay them any attention. We're just gonna keep talking. This person, you're here for the ladies. Like we want to hear everything you can teach us. And that was like, that's something women here may not know. I mean, a lot of women here, most of them carry. I'm assuming most of them carry every day. But I know you have, like, I would love to see you do just a compilation of all your different setups for concealed carry. Because
I should make that video. But yeah, my top 3 ways to carry, or my top 3 setups would definitely be this comfort concealment belt, my Leisure Carry belt, and then my Flister Enigma, which I have back there in the closet because I haven't used it this week. But these are the 2 I've been using, so that's why they're sitting up here on my island.
What about that Leisure Carry?
I don't think you're saying that the other one right.
What?
You sound like me trying to say a word right.
What?
I got the Flister. The Flister. I don't think that's
how you say it.
I don't know, but that don't sound right. Flister.
I don't know. That's how it's spelled. PHLSTER. Like
that is how it's spelled.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I just know they got a cool product. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I like it. So I use that.
I should have let Siege be the host tonight.
Oh yeah, she
is dope. She's like.
Yo, no, I talk too much. I was waiting for somebody else to get on here.
No, we just left. I said, forget it. What we don't. You don't need us.
Where'd y'all go?
I like it.
We just left. I was like, what do we need to stay here for? C's got it. So, but we do got something we need to do though. We can't let you get out of here without this It's called 5 on the Fly.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out. Thank you, Nina.
See you, see.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
You too.
5 on the fly. What's 5 on the fly?
Oh, you about to find out. You're gonna learn today.
Oh,
All right. So Billy, tell her. You tell us your shit.
All right. Well, Nina, Destiny, welcome to 5 on the Fly, where we ask you 5 questions, random questions. There's no right answer, no wrong answer, just your best answer as quick as you can. All right, you ready?
Sure.
Let's go.
This is gonna be difficult for me. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, ain't no difference.
It's easy, I promise you. All right, question number 1. Here we go.
Talking shit all day. We ain't gonna have nice time. Get up, Billy.
Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Ooh,
Ratchet.
I'm ratchet.
Oh, yes,
I'm sorry, boy. You just she put Cardi on him.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like her music now is catchier than Nicki's music now. Like when Nicki first came out, I used to be a fan of her. Like I loved her music, but it's just kind of. I feel the same way about Lil Wayne. I used to be a Lil Wayne fanatic. I don't even listen to him now. So now in this moment, I would probably choose Cardi.
Cardi B.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. What's the answer, Bill?
All right, listen. You got $3,000 to either blow on a new gun or all training.
Or all training?
All 3,000, everything training for you, not for your class, for you. Or a brand new gun that costs 3,000. What you gonna do?
Another good question. You're on a roll tonight.
Tough.
I would probably go with the training.
Oh,
she want that. That crossed her mind. She thought about it. She was like, "Yeah, I can get
well,
that."
I mean, I don't know. I would probably go with the training because there is a couple of instructors that like I would love to go train with, but I can't afford their training. So it's like if
you famous. Who I ain't gonna hit you with a bag like that?
What's his name? Buck Doyle and the Terran Tactical guy. Like I just want to
Terran Tactical. You gonna need a lot more than $3,000.
Yeah, I know, but I'll have a deposit on it. So like I would probably put it towards that training I want to get. That is.
Now you just said Tyrone Jenkins. We probably could have got you a deal, but never mind. Go ahead, Billy.
All right. New Year's Eve in Disney World or New York City?
I can't carry in New York City, so.
Ooh. You can't carry in Disney World either.
New York.
I can carry in the States.
New York.
You really avoid everywhere you can't carry?
Huh?
You avoid all places you can't carry?
Is this one of the questions, or is this?
No, that's different.
You've never added a point.
When I'm traveling by myself, that's like a rule of thumb for me. I generally don't fly anywhere by myself where I can't have my gun when I get off the plane. So yeah, I know.
I'm with it. All right, cool. Flats or drums?
Flats.
Oh, right.
All right, okay. That's cool. Good answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in another one, extra one, because we got 2 more to go. Maybe 3, but 2 more to go. Beyonce or Mary J. Blige? I felt like I had to ask this one.
I know this answer.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. The fact she had to think, I thought I knew the answer.
I don't know, cause like that's another one of them things for me. Like I don't want the Beehive to come after me, but like I don't like a lot of Beyonce's new music, but I don't like a lot of Mary J. Blige's new music either. So I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
She listening to her right now.
That's the whole.
Beyonce has a bigger catalog of music that I would go sit and listen to. So Beyonce, yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Okay.
I thought she was gonna say Beyonce, but not for that reason.
Like,
I thought it was just the age gap. Like, Beyonce more her era.
Yeah.
Well, that is true, but I mean, I guess that's still part of it because I know more Beyonce songs. So.
Yeah, because I would have chose Mary on that. Go ahead, Billy. What you got?
All right. We either got
like a little baby or a little dirt.
No, she ain't that young.
Shit. Which one?
I don't really listen to them. I don't know.
Never mind. Forget it. Well, go ahead.
So it's either 2 more questions or 1 more question. We going for 2 more or 1 more?
Whatever you got, bro. Go ahead.
two
I mean, you know the last one.
I feel like we have to ask this question because we this has become almost a staple question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
By definition, maybe.
Your opinion.
Yes.
Huh?
Is that a yes?
I think by definition it is.
Oh, that's my girl. She all right with me. Small town Arkansas. Hot dog is a sandwich, man.
I mean, it kind of is it not? Yeah,
No,
I think it is.
It's not a sandwich.
How is it not a sandwich? You got a bottom bun, you got meat, you got toppings, you got a top bun. It's just sideways.
There's no top bun in the hot on a.
We're not finna argue about. It's my turn.
I think
It's
they're all
just
bottom
sideways, but it's
You
the
said
same.
top bun.
Either way.
That's one dude you don't want to argue about no food, man. Boy, he get intense.
That's
So
funny.
last question. RGG is going to go ahead and take the honors and ask that question, but it's a very important question, probably the most important conversation that you've had here all night long.
It is.
So,
if you're not familiar with the channel, this one's we asked everybody, and I think it's a good one for you because you're a country girl. Destiny. A southern girl, not a country girl, southern girl. You eat grits?
Not really.
Not at all.
I mean, I don't like ever ask for them unless it's like some really fire shrimp and grits. Like that's probably about it.
Well, it's a pretty simple question. The question is going to be, what do you put on your grits? That's all.
Like salt or sugar?
That's kind of the question in a way.
Okay. I mean, I never really had sweet grits, so I don't know what that tastes like.
There you go. That's the right answer.
Are you willing to try them?
No.
Yeah, because I like cream of wheat.
Yeah.
Right there. You see how I did it?
Yeah.
You see how she was doing good, and she let Billy throw off a track.
I worked it in there.
You was doing good, and you let Billy throw you off. Do not let him distract you. Do not go on grits. You just said it. If you want some sweet ass grits,
cream of wheat is delicious.
Cream of wheat, man.
I mean, if I wanted sweet grits, I probably would just eat cream of wheat.
So before we get out of here, we actually have another guest coming on because she'd like to ask a question. So, Mrs. Black Korean chick, what's going on?
Hey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I just want to say I love your content as well. I've been following you for over a year, so
thank you.
Keep it going. Thank you.
That's awesome.
So I have two questions. The first one being, I'm still pretty new into the gun world, probably like a year and a half or so into it. But are there certain brands that you do not prefer at all?
Like why? To carry?
Yes.
Make a diss a company. Go ahead.
It's not a diss to the company necessarily. I mean, besides the obvious ones that have like reliability issues, like the Skies and stuff like that, I wouldn't carry Sky just because of my personal experience with them. Like I have students bring them to my classes all the time and they never have a malfunction, but also those people don't shoot as much as I shoot. And me knowing how I abuse my guns and what I look for efficiency wise, that long trigger pull, like it's not efficient for me. So I wouldn't carry it. So I'll probably stay away from that. And I don't know, like obviously
I know the other one.
High Points, because now I see a lot of those coming to the range and they never work. Like I haven't seen one that
she sound like the female roadblock.
Right.
I haven't seen a High Point that came into my range and went a whole hour with no malfunctions, like yet. So anything that I can't rely on, like it may work when I pull the trigger, it may not. I don't want it. So probably those two, which I think is most people's two. So I can't really say that I wouldn't carry any other brand. Like I've had a Taurus G3C. I'm carrying a Ruger LCP Max right now just to get used to it. But I think it's really just a matter of whatever you try and what likes you when you go shoot it, then you should carry that brand. And for me, that's been 6 Hour. So I kind of stuck to that up until recently.
People over at SIG. Our apologies, Sky and High Point. I had nothing to do with that.
It wasn't a diss. I said that. It wasn't a diss to the company necessarily. It's just what I've seen, and based on my own experiences, it's like I'm not gonna go shoot a competition with this guy because the trigger pulls are too long. Like that's not efficient. So that's the reason why.
What was your other question, ma'am?
The other question is, so there's times where we would go out as ladies, and depending on where you go out, travel, there could be metal detectors. Sometimes they pat women down, sometimes they don't. Mm-hmm. So are there places that you wouldn't go because you can't conceal carry? And if you do go, let's just say it's a ladies' night out, friend celebration, what do you carry instead as protection instead of your gun?
Great question.
So if it's somewhere where I legally like, bro, you can't carry in here, you're gonna go to jail. Like if I'm going to a federal building or something like that, I just simply won't. Like I don't like to think that I'm just some super paranoid person that thinks if I don't have my gun for 3 minutes, like something bad is gonna happen to me. So I usually don't have a problem doing that. But if I'm going somewhere where I can't have a firearm per se, but I can have other tools, like I got a bunch of stuff in here that I'll carry as a backup. Like there's a website, it's a business owned by a Black woman, it's called Secret Slayer. And so she has a bunch of like concealed self-defense tools. Like she has a pepper spray that looks like a lighter and you wouldn't know the difference because it's not labeled, it looks like a lighter. And then I have combs that have like a shank, but they're hard plastic so they don't register on metal detectors.
Oh,
and
yes,
I see those. Yep, she sells those on her website too. So I would carry something like that versus just having completely nothing. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because we have options and, the curvy girls, we have, places we can tuck them in and whatnot. So.
Yeah, and some places you just can't have a gun. Like, if I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. But if I can't, like, I need to go into the DMV and get a new driver's license. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not just gonna die because I can't have my gun for the next 15 minutes. Like, I'll just figure something else out or just not have it. So,
okay.
Sound like she ain't going no longer than 15 minutes though, boy.
I mean, yeah.
Anything longer than that, you get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Well, those two great questions. Is that all you got?
That's all that comes to the top of my head at the moment. I mean, of course, when I asked about the gun brand, going to the gun range, of course, again, they see women, they think we don't know much. I love to be educated in it, and I'm still learning. But the main guns that they would mention would be High Point.
They were trying to sell you those when you first started?
They would say no to it. They said, don't get a Taurus, don't get a High Point. And then there's, no diss against anyone, but then there's those that are just SIG fans, and there are those that are just Glock fans, and I just have.
So they're going to give you like a biased opinion, like you should just go get a Glock because they're Glock people. I get that a lot.
Yes, and I put it in my hand. It just doesn't feel comfortable for me. So
yeah.
But I'm open
what do you carry?
to a lot of things. So
what happened?
What do you carry, Black Korean chick?
So I haven't found one per se. I have a Panic that I take to the range with me, a TP9 Elite Subcompact. But for me, as far as I'm 5'3", and I can't say I can feel it the best.
I'm just kidding.
So looking at Nina, see that she carries a 365 XL. I'm like, maybe I could try that, but I like how the P365X feels in my hand.
Yeah.
As far as for my hand being small, it's comfortable for me. And then of course, men, they would suggest the macro. So I still haven't found one yet.
With the way that I modified my XL, it's almost the same size as macro now because I put a Wilson combat grip on there, and it's still not difficult to carry. So the macro is a tad bit bigger, but it's concealable. You can definitely work with it.
Okay, yeah, because I've just been again looking at your videos, just finding high-waisted jeans, and of course seeing you wear halter tops and different things. So dresses, that's something I probably have to get used to.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how
the jeans are a cheat code for concealed carry. That's one of my cheat codes.
Okay. Yeah, that's about it that I could think of as far as alternates outside of guns. What brands you prefer? Well, how often would you shoot? Or how often would you recommend shooting to become accurate?
Now since I work at a range, I shoot every day. I know that's not like a realistic standard for most people, but when I first started shooting, I would go twice a week. So my local range had a ladies' night where they gave out free instruction. And so I would go on ladies' night, get the instruction, and then just go back on a super slow day, like Thursday, to practice what I learned without all the noise and commotion that was going on. So I would go twice a week, every week if I could, and if not, every other week. But I can't really say that there's a exact number that I would say you need to go to the range this many times a week or anything like that. It's just go enough to maintain your level of proficiency, to maintain your confidence in handling your gun. You don't want to get in a space where it's like, dang, it's been so long since I've been to the range. I might be a little rusty. Like, I feel like as a responsible gun owner, you should never get to that point. You should be maintaining your proficiency like consistently. So whatever consistent looks like for you, whatever you can fit into your schedule. Like, I'm not telling you to change your whole routine and make time to go to the range every week, but as long as it's consistent, you'll maintain your skill level. So yeah.
Okay. Bullets are expensive, but
They are.
If I had a limited supply of bullets, it would be way more often. But.
Definitely. They definitely are. But you can also practice at home without actually going to the gun range. So you could just buy snap caps. You can dry fire at home or get those little the little mini targets, or you could just use a sticky note. I mean, sticky notes work. I use sticky notes. And you can just stick them in different places and practice working on your aim. You can get dry fire lasers, like the little bitty cartridge. They're like $40 on Amazon, and you can put it in your gun, and you can just dry fire with that. But the laser will show you where your shots are actually going. The only thing you wouldn't have is recoil, but everything else you can practice at home. What's that?
Okay, that's
ammo. Electronic targets. You know, you could use them with like a green gas.
Cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. I got a video coming out on this week, but you could go check them out, laser ammo.
Yeah.
That is neat. Yes. Yeah. So the other thing I run into, side note, is I'm a lefty, so it's just instructors kind of get lost or confused with stance. I just look at my progress, my video. Yeah. My stance way opposite and like grip, but just little hiccups here and there. So.
And then it's hard to find guns too when you're left-handed. Like, you have to find like an ambidextrous firearm. And Canik does make firearms with ambidextrous handles. So I heard you say you carry a TP9. So I know it has to. I at least know it has a slide stop on both sides. I don't know about the other, but yeah. When it comes to, well, not just with left-handed people, but with anybody, I say that people teach like the isosceles stance and the Weaver stance and all of that, like how you're actually supposed to stand.
That's
when you're making your firearm, huh?
Icy knees, yeah.
You said what?
Icy knees. That's what I call it. I didn't.
Oh, but to me, I'm just like, that's a way to stand. Like, you can stand however you can keep your balance. Like, you're not gonna get knocked off of your feet. So I've seen so many different stances and so many different grips that just work for people. So it's like, I can show you the way to do it, but it's not the only way to do it. Like, you can modify it to what feels good to you. So yeah, you just gotta find your sweet spot out on the range.
That's a good point, because as far as in regards to grip, what some instructors would say, hold the thumb up in the back. Others would say don't overlap it, vice grip. I mean, there's different ways.
And with you being left-handed, if you have your thumbs up too high, like, you're covering the breech, so that could like burn you when that brass comes out. So you do have to modify your grip to what works for you. But I feel like everybody should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was all I had.
This is good. I like this. This is what I was hoping for. Great questions.
Thank you.
Good answers. Ladies did a great job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Enjoy the evening, young lady.
You too.
Yeah.
So, thanks to you, Miss Nina, I done ran over about 15 minutes or so because I'm usually done by now. But you talk a lot, so it's cool. I mean, it was great information, and no, I'm just kidding. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with us, and talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And letting us learn more about you. Hopefully, you guys learned a lot from Nina or Destiny, whichever one you want to call her.
Either one.
and go follow her, and let's support her, and hopefully we'll get her out to a regular meetup for, and you guys get to meet her in person, man. So that'll be dope. So you're gonna be at SHOT Show as well?
I'll be at SHOT Show, and I plan on being at a regular meetup too.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. That's what I'm talking about. Well, all right. If
Hey, what are you doing next weekend?
Huh?
What are you doing next weekend?
What is next weekend?
Okay.
I have a photo shoot to do for Domestic Violence Awareness Month for Gun Owners of America. So I'm doing that on the 1st. That's next weekend, right? Yeah, on the 1st.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you're moving things around, man.
Very active.
Busy is beautiful. That's amazing. And earlier somebody asked what you can do to put the word out there, and it seemed like you're constantly doing it, even if you know it or not, man. You're just moving, and that's nonstop, and that's what's really gonna put women like you in the forefront and continue to put the best of us right there. And
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And more importantly than that, you fixed your internet, and that made it much better.
Hey, what'd you get that puppy? Because I ain't hear that puppy after.
I hope you're all right.
Yeah, that puppy some Benadryl.
She on the balcony chilling.
All right. Well, we ain't gonna hold you up much longer. Thank you so much. Tell them your Instagram before we go, because that's your most popping platform, right?
Yep. So my Instagram is Nina DeLaflores. It's NinaDeLaflores. Nina DeLaflores. And it means, I said this earlier, it means flower child in Spanish. So my mom, it was just something my mom used to call me because I'm her weird child. Just like I'm the non-traditional one that doesn't want to do anything right the traditional way. So she called me her flower child. But when I joined Instagram, that name was taken. So I just put it in Spanish. And then when I started doing the gun stuff, the name stuck. So now people call me Nina, thinking it's my real name, but it's not. So it just kind of stuck. So I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't still though.
I like it though. It's catchy.
Thank you.
Yeah, now that we know what it means, that means even more. I done told everybody she Spanish and everything, man. Anyway, this was dope. You know, I want to start meeting more ladies in the space, and eventually, because I used to do like a ladies' night on this channel.
Yeah.
Bring on, whoever I could think of in terms of having influence in the space, and I want to do it again. You know, where we can get 4 or 5 ladies on here, and you guys could just chop it up, kind of take over the show.
Yeah.
As my man Kush would say. So. But that's it for me tonight, y'all. Thank you, everybody that hung out with us tonight, man. This was a dope live, a lot of good information, and you were a great guest. So hopefully everybody goes and follows this young lady, and I will see everybody again on Wednesday, hopefully. All right, definitely not Friday. I think I'll be out of town, but I'll see you guys on Wednesday. So until the next one, we out, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.